What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know I'm back after a long time because I was pretty much occupied with lots and lots of things going on in my life, and I was like pretty much occupied with a lot of work and stuff, etc. etc. All right, so welcome back, guys. After today's video, I'll be discussing about how to get 6.57 band in Ielts, right? The International English Language Testing System. It's not an easy exam, guys, so you cannot take it very much lightly. It's not like you don't study anything and then you just try to give flush out the exam within a one go. No, it doesn't work that way. IELTS is a competitive exam, like same like TOEFL, same like other exams like SAT, like GMAT, like a lot of exams, right? Why is it that so? So we're gonna be talking about what are the strategies, what are some tips in four modules: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, right? So where are the challenges I've usually faced when I gave my exam? Right? Where are those key specific indicators where I used to tackle a specific module? So listening is quite simple, easy, guys. If you try to focus on what they are trying to say next, just try to forecast what are they trying to say in the next video, right? Just try to identify what are they speaking about. Identify the topic. So once you're familiar with the topic, you're easily able to guess it out, right? And as compared to what I would highly recommend and advise you guys is to listen podcast on YouTube. So podcast, you can just type on Google YouTube and search for podcast. So podcasts are very much effective. They can increase dramatically your listening skills, your vocabulary, your reading also. So all these simultaneously, all these skills get tested into your listening test. So you're reading, you have to read, you have to write. That means if you're computer based, you have to type, and you're listening. So all these three skills get tested in your listening test. All right. So what are the tips that I recommend for the in the listening test is to listen to podcast. I wouldn't highly recommend you guys to watch movies because in movies we just get lost. We just get it lost into the movies, into their emotions, characters, etc. Blah blah blah. So I wouldn't recommend you guys to watch movies. But I would highly suggest if you could listen to some music songs, English pop, English EDMs, etc. etc. They would boost up your vocabulary. They would boost up your listening skills, and you might also get indulged into the atmosphere. You might it might sound melodious. It might sound really really engaging to your mind, and dopamine gets released. There are lots of benefits of listening music as well, so why not just listen to a few of the English songs, right? So that was listening to podcast, listening to solving test online. Yes, solving test is a must, guys. Practice, practice, practice. Consistency, persistence is all that I would say, right? Reading. Now, personally, guys, I personally suffered a lot in reading. Reading was a big challenge for me. It was like I have to climb Mount Everest in order to get bands in reading. I personally used to get 5.5 in reading. The 5.5 is unacceptable. 5.5 is, guys, it's totally not acceptable. It's considered very low. I mean, it's considered average, but some universities do accept it. But if you're going for like high studies, like postgraduate, like masters, they at least require to score six band in all of the modules: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Right? So six band is mandatory, and you have to get at least out of 40 answers, you have to get at least 23 to 24 answers correct in order to get a six band, right? So what are some tips and strategies in reading? So first of all, there are many types of questions in reading. The academic one has a wide range of topics, like I would say climate change, solar energy. I would say historical monuments, historical places, tourism, etc., etc. There are lots, wide array of topics available for the IELTS reading. They give you wide array of topics. So what are the some strategies? Under true false not given, yes no not given, you have to identify the statement. If the statement is very long, it's very long, some let's say for two sentences, that statement is true. That statement is true. So that is very easily identifiable. That statement gets very easily identifiable. And true false not given statements are always in a sequential order. The first one will find the answer in the first one, second question, second one, third one, and the third one, right? And so forth in a sequential manner. So try to identify the statement. If the statement is long, that means the statement is true. For false and not given, many guys, many dudes, they try to mess them up, and as a result, they dramatically their band scores get reduced. It gets slashed down. So how do you tackle this not given and false statements, right? So false and not given statements are absolutely they are contradicting. They are not mentioned in the paragraph. They are talking something else in paragraph, and under the false section, they are trying to reverse the statement. So that statement is contradicting from the writer's opinions and viewpoints. So that statement is characterized as false. Not given is that information has not been prescribed in the passage in the passage at all. Wherever you search it, and if that information is not there, it's not given. Don't try to mess around, guys. Don't try to search for the answer why is it not there. Just answer it blindly, not given. That's it. All right. So that is the strategy for true false not given. Second come the most difficult one are matching the headings and the list of headings. Match the statements with each each writer. Matching statements with each writer. So over here you have to read the entire paragraph, guys. There's no trick for this. You have to read each and every paragraph. Search for the name. Search for the author's name. If you come across any writer's name, not in a sequential manner, anything, it could be any author's name, and if you come across any author's name, read the whole paragraph first, go back to the question, try to interlink it, and find the answer. I'm sure this strategy is very effective, and it will definitely help you guys out. Okay, so that is a strategy for matching the statements with the writer's opinions. Which information has been prescribed for about this writer's opinion? Which information is there? Where is this information stated by the writer? So this is the strategy that I usually normal tend to follow. So the next module of files reading is list of headings, where you have to there are a bunch of headings, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, usually 7 headings are there, and you have to find out which type of heading is suitable for each paragraph. Which heading is suitable for each paragraph? Now for that you have to for this trick, read the first sentence very carefully and read the last sentence very carefully. No need to read the whole paragraph. You might waste a lot of time in that. You might tend to consume unnecessary time in that. So read the first heading, read the first line, read the last line, and try to judge out and find the appropriate heading for the appropriate paragraph. And you might at least get out of 7, you might at least try to score at least a minimum of 4 or 5. A 4, if not 5, then 4 is a minimum. Do not tend to go down. If you try to go down, your band might dramatically reduce. So these are the tips which I follow in reading. Writing, under writing, guys, our only 3 tips that I've usually followed is never repeat yourself, right? Never repeat yourself. That I mean that don't repeat yourself unnecessary. That will bring down your score dramatically down. All right, just state what once it's stated, and finish it off. Now move on, progress on to the next statement, right? Search something else. Imagine something else, and then jot it down, type it down, right? Second tip is using words like therefore, however, subsequently, as a result, however, um, and so many words, etc., as a result, However, consequently, subsequently, as a result, therefore, I would like to conclude. So, using these kind of sentences can boost up your score. And lastly, avoiding capitals, not writing in capitals. So, not writing in capitals will dramatically let your score down. So that is a strategy which I followed in writing. Speaking is the easiest model, guys. If you can practice home in front of the computer or in front of the phone, and just try to ask yourself questions. Try to go. You can go online and just try to ask yourself questions on the phone and practice in front of the speaker, practice in front of the mirror, in front of the computer, in front of the smartphone, and your speaking skills will dramatically get improvised and enhanced further. So that is my video, guys. That, to sum up all together, guys, nothing is irreplaceable. Practice, practice, practice. Reading requires a lot of practice, guys. It took me months to get a band score of 6.5 to 7. To achieve a band score of 7, it took me months. How many tests did I solve? 16 to 25 tests altogether in those couple of months. How many books? I had solved all books level Ielts 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So all types of books available online, guys. You just need the right type of resources, the right type of the right type of dedication, the right time of time. You have to dedicate time, you have to dedicate energy, you have to dedicate some amount of resources free of cost is definitely available online, guys. Do not give up and just keep solving papers, keep and use a specific strategy. IELTS requires a strategy, guys, and definitely you will ace this exam. Till then, peace out.